Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and depending when you're going to be seeing this video. It's your boy, Cos Reps Corner. Like I always tell you guys, it's my corner, it's your corner, and it's a corner.
I don't wanna fall in love, I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love.
You know why I am very upset? Because I had said it before that this man known as Godswillakpabio is not fair. People will think I'm just saying it because he has to do with a woman. No, sexual harassment as a accusation is a very big thing in anywhere, most especially in Western world where we are now. If they hear it, first of all arrest you first before they judge the matter. Now look at this issue. This is the woman I spoke about before. Her name is joynunieh. She was the former boss, the former MD of NDDC. I've shared her content before. She happens to be the only woman who have slapped Senator Godswillakpabio for sexual harassment. Now, you listen to the full story why she came out again to accuse Senator Godswillakpabio for several offenses. And somebody will hear these things and throw away his or her ears. And if you have not heard, the chairman committee on the Senate committee that suspended Natasha, if you have not heard, go and verify. He is a lawyer who was disbanded in America. And now he's the chairman of ethics committee. How can you be a chairman of ethics committee when you have such a backlog or a baggage to your name? You see, Nigerians, we do not investigate those we elect. Somebody will open his eyes now and say Bola Ahmed Tinubu is free, but he has a record of being a drug lord. But he's the president currently of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and yet people are clapping. You don't know those who you are appointing. You did not even go to the internet to check facts about them. You just appoint them because they're from your side, they're your brother, they're your sister. It is very, very unfortunate. A governor who said he promised the people of Edo State insecurity is the same governor that was re-elected, and is presently the governor of Edo State in the person of Mr. Monday Okpebolo. Make your inquiry. I've shared it here. He said he is promising the people of Edo State insecurity. He said it, but he's the governor of Edo State presently. That is the mistake we make when it comes to leadership. You elect people who cannot defend you, who cannot stand by you, who cannot talk for you, who cannot speak for you, who cannot fight for you, who cannot do nothing for you. What they know is their pocket, and you do not care. Anyway, let me not drag it. Let me allow us hear stories. Hear how this woman indicted the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as a few years ago. Just relax and tell me why the matter should not be investigated. The matter should not be investigated. And like Senator Natasha said, this injustice will not be sustained. I agree with you, ma. And we are in support of you. Fight if you have the proof. But if you do not have the proof, apologize and make peace. Anyway, guys, that's all I've come to share. I want to thank you all for always watching my content. I want to appreciate all of us for the love and the care. For those of us who are not subscribed or follow us on social media platform, please, I beg you, subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share so that we can move this minutes to the permanent side. Come over next time to see me on your screen, guys. I leave us with this video of Mrs. joynunieh, former ND of NDDC. What she said about the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Godswillakpabio, what he did to her as a then when she was the MD of NDDC. Please watch this video. Give me your reaction, comment, opinion in the comment section.
Nobody makes any payment in NDDC without Godswillakpabio's approval. When we first came to NDDC, on the day of going for the inauguration, he told me in the car that, Madam MD, if you don't do what I say, the same pen with which I used to sign your letter, it will be the same pen that I will use to remove you. He said the first thing I should do when I get to Port Harcourt is to change the dollars in the NDDC account. I was scared to do that. After that, he came to Port Harcourt 2 days after the inauguration. He said the first thing I should do is to make sure I change the dollars. I should remove Mr. Kaltungo from being legal and send him on compulsory retirement, that we cannot have a northerner be the head of the legal team. of the legal unit. He said I should remove all the other directors that refused to take his instruction during the time of Mrs. Agwagaga. That was the predecessor before I came. So he came also with a draft, which I've submitted, with a draft letter that I should write and put it on my letterhead, implicating Senator Nwobushi for collecting contracts in NDDC. I told him that I will not, I'm a lawyer, and that whoever alleges must prove. The fact that Senator Nwobushi is giving us trouble as IMC, you remember also that they did not recognize the IMC. I said I will not do that letter. He said I was ungrateful and I refused to do the letter. Dr. Cairo now said that he will do the letter. If AKPABIO tells him to kill, he will kill before he asks why did he kill. I said for me, I will not do the letter. At that place, there was Mr. Etiebet, who was the only staff of the NDDC that was present at that meeting. When he finished, he now asked Dr. Cairo to go and send for the letter-headed paper from the office. They now sent for the letter-headed paper. Dr. Cairo now did the letter, which I've also submitted to the committee, alleging that Senator Nwobushi had contracts. Then he said, I must sign the cover letter. I said, if I sign any document from me seen by Mr. President, he will believe every line of it. So I will only write that the EDP, who should know about projects, has gone. The next thing that he told me, he said, I must make sure that all these people leave and that the procurement, because apparently AKPABIO, before I came, when himself and Festus Keyamo were ministers, their first meeting at the commission, he was awarded 30 contracts for distilling and water hyacinth. Mr. Linus, who was the director finance, refused to sign because it did not follow due process. He also said that I should implicate the chairman of the House Committee, because the chairman of the House Committee had gone to Ondo State for a meeting to plan against him. Water hyacinth and distilling. They said that the budget for water hyacinth and distilling was, I think, for about 3 to 5 billion. I'm not sure exactly how much. But that the NDDC, before I came, had overstretched itself to about 50 billion for water hyacinth and distilling. And so the National Assembly had written us, they have it also, they had written us that we should not pay for anything like that. He said, and guess what? AKPABIO never signs any documents. He will always refuse to sign, but he will tell you to go and commit the fraud. For instance, he told me to go and raise a memo and give an emergency contract for flood victims. He wanted me to take an oath. He has denied that, but I want to say today, he told me up to 3 times until we had a reconciliation meeting at the villa in the house of Mr. Sadiki Abba, who is the SA to the president on domestics. In that meeting was Alhaji Mekano. He said the only condition was if I take the oath. I refused to take the oath, and I did not take that oath. And I will never take the oath from him. So he said he was going to remove me. He started a campaign of calumny against me. He said I did not answer him because the facts will speak for itself. Now, to end this matter about the procurement process, I refused to go with him to deceive Mr. President at the FEC meeting, because the Procurement Act says if I contravene any section of the Procurement Act, is 5 years imprisonment without an option of fine. So if I go and say they should pay for the process, if you see, They say it's for 2020 budget. AKPABIO went to get the approval from FEC. The 2020 budget has not even been discussed by the National Assembly till today. The 2020 budget has not been passed. However, he lied to FEC, which is the greatest embarrassment in this country, for a budget that has not been passed, for an approval to be given for that procurement. I refused to go because he wanted me to send the money for the procurement to the ministry to implement the forensic audit. I refused. I am challenging him to deny any of these allegations because I have to round up for you people. But all the facts and all that I've said are all written in my documents.